What is going on, YouTube? What is going on, Kansas City? And what is going on, everybody? And welcome to the Beat of KC. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Week 9 preview that originally was hyped up to be one of the greatest matchups probably that we are going to see in the NFL season, and especially in 2021. Unfortunately, that isn't going to happen as planned, as we find out that, well, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be taking on the Green Bay Packers in Arrowhead Stadium for a Week 9 absolute, juggernaut of a matchup. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers comes down with COVID-19 and is ruled out for this game. That's obviously a matchup that we wanted to see as fans of football, as fans of the NFL. We want to see Aaron Rodgers take on Patrick Mahomes. The last time Green Bay Packers come in at Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes is out of the game due to an injury. So Aaron Rodgers versus Matt Moore, not as much hype around it. Green Bay did take advantage of that and ended up winning that football game against the Kansas City Chiefs. But we were hoping for round 2, a true matchup, and that just isn't going to happen. I still believe that this is going to be a very good football game. Jordan Love sounds like he's going to be getting the start. They drafted him to eventually replace Aaron Rodgers. This is his opportunity. He's going to get the start, and he's going to be taking on a defense that is struggling, to say the least. But there are some things that we can really kind of pick apart from a positive standpoint that maybe the Kansas City Chiefs defense might be able to excel at and force this Packers team to really kind of, throw the football, I guess you could say. So we're going to dive in. We're going to talk about it. But before we really get in, I ask that you guys smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the entire situation going on. It's just unfortunate. It was truly going to be an epic matchup. But we're going to dive into this. Let's get into it. Like I said, Aaron Rodgers is going to be out of this game. Jordan Love taking over. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how the Green Bay Packers can really force the Kansas City Chiefs to play one of the best football games that they've had to play all season. And as crazy as that sounds, the Kansas City Chiefs, to me, have not played a full, complete game this entire season. We've seen one side excel. The Chiefs' defense has been struggling. The Chiefs' defense kind of steps up at times, and the offense is turning over the football. The Kansas City Chiefs lead the NFL in turnovers, and it's an uncanny type season for that. It's absolutely strange to see Patrick Mahomes throwing interceptions and fumbling the football. But that's just how football goes sometimes, guys. And he's definitely one that can overcome adversity and lead this team. So how can the Packers force the hand for the Kansas City Chiefs? One of the biggest things is if they can really utilize the veterans' presence to help out with Jordan Love. What I mean by that is really kind of relying on Davante Adams and looking towards guys like Randall Cobb. And if Allen Lazard is playing, really looking towards Allen Lazard's way and really kind of opening up this offense and having those guys catch the football for Jordan Love. Another way that they can really capitalize is if they can utilize the dual threat in the backfield, and that's going to be with, obviously, Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. That's another counterpoint to the Kansas City Chiefs, which we'll talk about. But if those guys are really kind of going, that's going to open up the passing lanes. That's going to allow for quick dump passes to Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. That's probably going to free up, Davante Adams. It's going to be interesting to see who covers him. Is it going to be Travarius Ward? Is it going to be maybe a Rashad Fenton? We'll have to see. I would expect that probably it's going to be Travarius Ward if healthy. So those are the positives. That's how Kansas City can really get forced into just playing a perfect game. Now on the opposite end, I think that if Aaron Jones is the one that's really the key feature of this game, I think the Kansas City Chiefs can take advantage of that. I wrote an article on the Kansas City Chiefs and a way that they can resurrect their season. And one of the biggest things was utilizing rookie linebacker Nick Bolton out of Missouri. He's been absolutely phenomenal in the run game. We saw what he was able to do against probably one of the greatest running backs of this generation in Derrick Henry. He really just spearheaded it, had tackles for a loss, just incredible play. Nick Bolton currently is 12th in the NFL, tied for 12th in tackles. I do believe he has 66 combined tackles. He is having a phenomenal rookie year. and, paired that with Willie Gay, that's one way that they could really force the hand of the Green Bay Packers. If they slow down the run game and they really start to force Jordan Love to throw the football and put pressure on him, again, that's key. They have to be able to apply pressure. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs go out and trade for Melvin Ingram. Melvin Ingram has been, a nuisance to the Kansas City Chiefs for years when he played for the Los Angeles Chargers on the opposite end of Joey Bosa. Melvin Ingram has been a force. He really, truly has. Yes, he's endured some injuries, specifically a knee injury, but we know that he still has the capabilities. Andy Reid was asked today, is he going to be able to play, things like that. It sounded like to me that they're not necessarily going to force him into the game. They're probably going to work him in a little bit. And so I wouldn't expect to see a showing out, I guess you could say, of Melvin Ingram. I would expect to see this team really do start to apply pressure to this Green Bay Packers offense. Frank Clark is starting to look a little bit better. He's starting to show a little bit more healthiness, and we saw him get after Daniel Jones. Yes, that was a weaker offensive line of the New York Giants, but still, the fact that Frank Clark getting to the quarterback is a big deal. We haven't seen that very, very often this year. Now, Chris Jones did line up as D tackle a few times, and we saw him absolutely wreck the guard and get back in the backfield. Chris Jones needs to be playing D tackle, ladies and gentlemen. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And with Melvin Ingram coming over, I would expect Chris Jones to kick back inside and really start to work out the best position that he can play, and that's kind of the 3-tech position. Man, he's just a force. So I would expect this defense to really force the hand and force Jordan Love to throw the football, which then if they can apply pressure, I would assume that he could throw some turnovers. He could be a little bit nervous. It is in Arrowhead, ladies and gentlemen. The Chiefs Kingdom is going to show up and show out. We are the loudest in the entire NFL. 142.2 decibels is the record. It's just incredible to see this Chiefs Kingdom absolutely show out and just do their thing. It's incredible. So it is going to be tough on Jordan Love coming into, the away stadium. And, this is a big matchup. This is a big game for the Kansas City Chiefs. And, it's going to be interesting to see, is Davante Adams going to be able to get off the way he does, similar to when Aaron Rodgers is throwing to him. Aaron Rodgers looks to hit, Davante Adams' way quite a bit. Some other key things that I'm looking forward to is how the secondary really it kind of matches up against this wide receiver group of the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, Randall Cobb has been kind of starting to figure things out again, getting that connection back, but it'll be with Jordan Love and then obviously Allen Lazard. They do lose Robert Tonyan to an ACL tear, unfortunately. He was their tight end, and so they're going to have to figure out some ways to reincorporate a tight end. But, the offensive line has been a little bit banged up for the Green Bay Packers. They're starting to get some of their guys back, and so the Kansas City Chiefs can take advantage of that. On the opposite end, too, one of the biggest key points that I think the Kansas City Chiefs really need to focus on is not turning over the football. And that's crazy to think that they are doing it at an astronomical rate. If they can find a way to not force turnovers turn over the football, I think there's a good chance they win this football game. Now, the Green Bay Packers defense has been known to force turnovers. I believe that they have 11 interceptions and have forced anywhere from 6 to 7 fumbles. And so they're like middle of the tier, almost to the top in forcing turnovers. So if the Kansas City Chiefs can find a way to not turn over the football against a team that is kind of known for doing that, I think that's a win in itself. And I really think that that's where the Chiefs can capitalize. Another major key, I think, for the Kansas City Chiefs is to establish the run. Let guys like Darrell Williams and let guys like Derek Gore run the football. We're seeing a lot of defenses play too high zone, too high safeties against this team, which really kind of opens up, and a lot of people expect the run to happen. The Chiefs need to really capitalize on that and run the football when need to, and utilize those quick dump passes, and that will eventually allow those guys to get free, and we'll start to see this offense. Another thing that I would love to see, and that is Josh Gordon get implemented into this offense. Josh Gordon has been absolutely silent. I think he's been targeted maybe 3 times, and it's just incredible for a guy who apparently knows the offense, understands the offense, but then the head coach is, we're working them in. We're working them in when we can, things like that. And it's interesting to see. So hopefully Josh Gordon can get implemented into this system and really kind of have a game this week. I think it would be a perfect time to do that, and really kind of see what he is capable of doing against a very good opponent. Those are really kind of the key things I would expect from both sides, both teams. And honestly, without Aaron Rodgers, I would say that this is almost like a toss-up. I mean, it's just a lot of question marks around, can Jordan Love handle it, especially coming into the loudest NFL stadium and being able to communicate at the line, and really, if he has to audible, is he going to be able to audible and change up hot routes to his receivers and things like that? So it's going to be a great game. I believe it's at 3:25. It's going to be an afternoon game, and so a lot of people are going to be able to watch it. I think this is definitely still a great football game. I'm going to go ahead, and I've done this every time, but I truly believe the Kansas City Chiefs find a way to win this football game without Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers was playing, I probably would have been on the opposite end for the first time, just because the way the team has been playing. I think that there still is a lot of work that needs to be done. The offense doesn't seem to be clicking. It's almost like they press too much, and they're forcing the hand over to the other side of the defense to almost be perfect at times. And ideally, I would have said in the beginning it was the offense having to be perfect and the defense just kind of letting it up, but it seems like it's almost been a wash sometimes. So those are my thoughts. Those are my key points to this game. And really, I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game. I think that they have every opportunity to take advantage of it. And this would be a great start. They got a victory against on Monday Night Football against the New York Giants. If they can come out and win against the Green Bay Packers, they then follow that up with a Raiders game, and then the Dallas Cowboys, I do believe. So this stretch of games for the Kansas City Chiefs is going to be a very, very challenging stretch. But this is how the NFL is. The Chiefs have probably the toughest schedule remaining in the NFL. I believe that every opponent they play from here on out does not have a losing record and is at the top of their division, or is at least in contention to make the playoffs. So incredible schedule lineup for the Kansas City Chiefs, but that's how it is. Adversity, being able to overcome those challenges, and winning football games is what we want. So those are my takes. Those are my keys. I appreciate you guys checking out the Beat of KC. It really does mean a lot. The support has been phenomenal. I'm going to continue to say that in every video because I'm truly, truly thankful. If you guys get a chance, go check out my work over at KC Kingdom. I recently took a position at SiteX. I'm a site expert now for KC Kingdom. And so it will really help out a lot if you guys go over there and check out the articles on everything from Kansas City Chiefs to Kansas City Royals to Sporting Kansas City to a lot of the local college teams. And really just check out the articles. Let me know what you guys think in the comment sections. There's a place for you guys to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Again, thank you so much for the support. And as always, I appreciate you checking out the Beat of KC. Have a good day.